On Father's Day, 1965, Houston police found the dismembered bodies of Fred and Edwina Rogers in their home's refrigerator. Edwina had been shot in the head and Fred had been beaten to death with a hammer. The house had been carefully cleaned, but blood was found on the keyhole of Charles Rogers' bedroom door. Charles, 43 at the time, was the couple's son and a recluse who rarely communicated with his parents. He was never seen or heard from again and was declared legally dead in 1975. In 1997, Houston couple Hugh and Martha Gardenia reinvestigated the Icebox murders. They even published an ebook revealing their belief that Charles, who was abused by his parents and defrauded by them, was truly the culprit. Charles, the owner of the house that they all lived in, was believed to have fled to Central America and later died there. This case still remains open. If you have any information, please contact the proper authorities. Brandon Lawson was a 26-year-old father of four from Texas who went missing in the early mornings of August 9, 2013. He had apparently run out of gas and had begun walking in the fields along Highway 277. The following is Brandon's actual 911 call.
Yes, I'm in the middle of the field. It's like we're just pushed some guys over. Right here going towards Javelin on both sides. My truck ran out of gas. There's one car here. We got to take the bitch to the woods. Quick burning. The one I'm talking from, I show you in his home. That's the first guy. You need an ambulance? Yeah. No, I need the cops.
The 911 operator tries to get more information from Brandon, but he's not able to provide any further details. He then abruptly hangs up the phone. Brandon Lawson has never been seen or heard from again. On February 4th, 2022, Brandon Lawson's family announced that a search party had found what they believed to be Brandon's clothing near his last known location. However, as of March 2023, the DNA results are still pending. Although there are many theories about what happened to Brandon Lawson, including he may have started over, was possibly murdered, or may have relapsed on drugs, the case remains unsolved. If you have any information about Brandon Lawson's disappearance, please contact the proper authorities at the number listed on the screen. "37-year-old Patricia Meehan was driving on the wrong side of the road on Montana Highway 200, where she crashed into another vehicle. The driver of the other car was Carol Heights, an off-duty police dispatcher. After Heights exited her car, Meehan walked up to Heights, stared at her, never speaking a word. After a few seconds, Meehan turned around, scaled a nearby fence, looked back, and simply walked away. She's never been seen since. After Patricia's disappeared, thousands of sightings have been reported. She's been seen hitchhiking, working in dive restaurants in Montana and Washington. Patricia suffers from depression and has worked odd jobs at a ranch in Montana before she disappeared. Her family has also joined in on the police search. Despite all of this, Patricia Meehan remains missing. On February 14th, 2000, Aisha Degree walked out of her home, never to be seen again.
Well, she is the type of child that would give you the shirt off her back. She never wanted anybody mad at her for anything. She wanted everybody to be her friend. She wanted everybody to be happy. After 20 years, I still believe my daughter is alive. I do not believe she's dead. And I know somebody knows something. I'm not crazy enough to think that a 9-year-old can disappear into thin air without somebody knowing something.
It was 20 years ago on Valentine's Day. Aisha Degree disappeared in the middle of the night. The fourth grader is believed to have left home in the hours just before dawn, walking out of her Fallston neighborhood near Shelby, North Carolina. Witnesses saw her walking along Highway 18 within a few miles of her home. A tipster reported she possibly got into a car. More than a year later, Aisha's backpack turned up at a construction site 30 miles away. It raised new questions, but yielded few clues about the missing girl's whereabouts.
A search was done in that area. Same type of situation. People were interviewed, evidence was collected and sent off, and until this day, Aisha's still not been located.
So this is near the area where she was last seen.
Detective Tim Adams came out of retirement in 2014 to work the case for the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. He's on a team that includes the FBI's Charlotte Field Office and the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. These agencies have been on the case since Aisha disappeared, but have recently redoubled their efforts. This new team, which first met in 2015, now meets regularly to sift through clues and evaluate new information and results from interviews. The case still generates hundreds of leads, including 45 in just the past year. The FBI is offering a $25,000 reward in the case, on top of a $20,000 reward posted by the Sheriff's Office and the community. Billboards are posted along local roads where Aisha may have been before she disappeared. And the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children recently released an updated age progression photograph showing what Aisha might look like today as a 29-year-old woman. The national nonprofit produced another age-progressed image of Aisha 5 years ago.
What we're trying to do is provide hope-based images, tools to help families that have these long-term missing children in the hope that we can create an image that might have a child brought home.
The FBI asked for the new image and is updating the roadside billboard and its posters seeking information. Over the years, investigators have released a few potential clues in the case. In 2016, they published images of a car that may have picked up Aisha. They believe it was a 1970s model Lincoln Continental Mark IV or a Ford Thunderbird with rust around the wheel wells. In 2018, investigators revealed 2 items found in Aisha's book bag: a Dr. Seuss children's book from her school library, McElligot's Pool, and a New Kids on the Block concert t-shirt, which didn't belong to Aisha. Investigators are hoping anyone with information will come forward.
We will continue to pursue all avenues to further finding out what circumstances led to her disappearance.
Aisha's mysterious disappearance and the enduring questions surrounding it have shaken her hometown, a close-knit hamlet in the Carolina foothills.
This house here on the left, the end apartment, was Aisha's apartment. Her family, somebody's moved in it now, they no longer live there.
People still want to help. People still want to find her. And she has been called Shelby's sweetheart. And just because she's a child that one of our own that's gone missing, and we want to find out what happened to her.
For Aisha's family, prayers and hope have sustained them for the past 20 years, but they need answers. Hoping this anniversary will be different, Aquila appealed directly to anyone who may have been involved in her daughter's fate to come forward and unburden themselves.
That's my prayer every night, that God will get into their heart and let them just come forward, or somebody that know them come forward, because it's got to be a weight on them. We're hoping and we're praying that she's had a halfway decent life anyway, even though we didn't get to raise her. She was 9 years old and now she'll be 30 this year. So we've missed everything. But I don't care if she walked in the door right now. I wouldn't care what I miss. All I want to do is see her.
Aisha would now be 33 years old. Let's bring Aisha home. If you have any information, please contact the proper authorities. On February 24, 1992, Michael Hunter approached a gas station weaving in an erratic manner. He then fell off his motorcycle unconscious. The police and paramedics soon arrived and tried to revive him. With no visible signs of injury, Michael was rushed to a hospital and pronounced dead shortly thereafter. It was discovered during the autopsy he had 3 small bullet wounds from a small caliber weapon which had caused massive internal bleeding. Although authorities speculate Michael's murder could have been a robbery gone wrong, a motive or suspect has never been established. If you have any information, please contact the proper authorities.